what a pleasure it is to have him joining us now. Bobby, so good to see you. Nigel tells me I've got to call you Zamo. We've all got to go by nicknames, apparently, on this show. He's very excited in particular, aren't you, Nigel?
I'll train him. I could call him Zamo. You can't call him Zamo.
You just told me that that's the only thing we're allowed to say.
Just call him Mr. $500 man, 500 million man. That's what you got to call him.
Listen, Nigel is one of my good pals. An absolute pleasure to be seeing him again. It's been a while, but I absolutely love him. And I'm sure that he must have been singing on the show his old song, do, do, do. Nigel Rio Coca.
This guy.
He's a hero. He's an amazing guy in the changing room. He really is. Good energy.
I wonder why he walked in with that beat going on a few times.
Yeah.
We've heard it a few times. Hey, Bobby, let's talk about this $500 million man, because what an incredible achievement it is, not only to score a goal to get your team promoted, but to do it twice. I mean, when you look back on those moments, how does it make you feel?
Yeah, I mean, obviously being associated with West Ham, the team that I support, I grew up supporting, and to be able to get that team in the Premier League. I actually left Spurs to go to West Ham in the Championship. I had other offers in the Premier League, but West Ham was my team. So to be able to go to the final with them, we probably should have gone up automatically with the team that we had, but we didn't, and we ended up in that position where we're in a Championship playoff final. And to be able to score that goal to get my team up in the Premier League was magical. And to be able to do that twice was really special. My second time, I had kids by then, so them being at the game was really special and a really emotional occasion. But to be able to do it is very special. It's such a huge thing for so many clubs in the country to be able to play in the Premier League. And you only realise when you're at a club and the effects that going up or not going up can make to so many people's lives in terms of the staff, because there is so much money in playing in the Premier League. And when you're one of those clubs that have come down from the Premier League and are being paid such big wages, and they've got so many members of staff, so many more members of staff is needed in the Premier League. And when you're not, those are the first heads on a chopping block. So certainly, when you score that goal, you know that so many people's lives are affected, the ones that are with you day to day in the training ground and help you, and the rest of the team day in, day out. So those are really nice feelings that as soon as you come off, you've actually got the kit man, you've got the girls in the canteen, all those members of staff that actually give you a big hug. And there's the reason behind that is that they are safe, they've got another job for next year, and that means so much to so many people.
It's so true, Bobby. When you're fighting relegation from the Premier League, and you hear it from the people that are inside the club, and it adds another level of focus and execution. If you had to pinpoint one thing during your time in the EFL, what helped you the most as a player?
Helped me the most. To be honest, the Championship or the EFL is all about that last segment of the season and coming together. I mean, I was with the two teams, West Ham and QPR, were probably too good to be in the playoffs, to be honest with you, both of them. And for whatever reason, you find yourself in a position where you have to produce in a segment of games consistently, and that becomes down to the changing room, really. So it's not one factor, it's more a case of, is that changing room together, willing to fight and do absolutely everything that it takes to get over the line and to get that win, really. And both teams that I managed to score those winning goals for had that real togetherness, that real belief, and it does come to down to change room. Brian, Nigel, you both know yourselves that if you're in a good changing room, anything's possible. Absolutely anything's possible. You may not have to have the most talented players, but if you're certainly willing to work hard for each other and yourself, and do that extra mile, then anything is possible. And certainly coming together in the Championship, in the EFL, it's really hard league. So many games, so consistent, that the levels have to be, and the energy. But to come together and at that end of the season certainly makes a big difference.
Bobby, just staying with the EFL, we talk about the beauty of the league and how things can change for so many clubs. One of your old clubs back in the day, Brighton, you look at where Brighton was when you were involved with Brighton to now being a recognised Premier League side. How can you just give us, as an American fan base, just the beauty of the EFL, from how a club goes to nearly running out of business to now being a recognised Premier League side?
Yeah, OK. So Brighton, when I first joined, were at the bottom tier of the English Football League. So they were in Division 2 as such. We managed to get back-to-back promotions where I managed to score a lot of goals. So that's where I sort of made my name. And for me, I would never change a single thing to be able to go to so many of those games, travel the country, horrible stadiums on a Tuesday night, rainy, windy, up in Scarborough or wherever it may be, but to go and experience that all and do every single run of the ladder and listen, set myself goals of, can I be in a Premier League? Can I play for my country? And to be able to achieve those is remarkable. But that Brighton itself is one of those success stories. And I think certainly in America, you certainly get to see and experience a little bit more of that with the whole Wrexham story that's going on and how fantastic that is. And Brighton have done it very, very similar in terms of a good owner, good directors, and have a philosophy of where they want to go and a plan to where they want to go. And they're actually achieving it extremely well. And they're surpassing themselves and probably, but it's great to see. It's great to look back with fond memories and go back to the club and see where they are and still speak to so many people that were there when I was there. That's what I mean. So many players, so many members of staff are still there that from when I was there, from my original time. So it's amazing to see.
Bobby, one of the other teammates that you played with, someone that we know, big in America, his name's Clint Dempsey. What was he like in the dressing room?
Click clack. Actually spoke to him today. Well, not spoke to him. We had a little DM on Insta, to be honest. So yeah, he is one character. Angriest man, I think I've ever come across. Really, you know what? He's funny. He's got great energy. He's definitely not a morning person. I used to go in the morning with Clint, and there was a period where we would go in and not say good morning to Clint, just to see how long it would take before he would say good morning. I don't know if he didn't have his espresso or whatever it is, but listen, worked hard. Like you say, I mean, I went for a journey of where I wanted to be and getting to the top, and Clint had exactly the same in terms of, listen, I know a story that he lived in Nacogdoches, I think it was, in deepest, darkest Texas, and driving 4 hours to get to I heard all of that, you know, but listen, he played with a chip on his shoulder. He always wanted to be there, always wanted to fight for his position, and he's a great guy. I'm so pleased for him, what he's done and achieved, and it's funny to see him on the box now and on social media, and to see the funny things that people probably wouldn't associate with Clint, but he's a great guy, amazing guy.
If you hadn't said Clint, I'd have thought you were talking about Nigel. Doesn't say good morning to people, plays with a chip on his shoulder.
Don't believe them, Bob. Don't believe them, mate. All right, listen, Bob, let's just say they even started there to say when you went to Fulham, it didn't start so well for you at Fulham that they were going to bring Big Back McGrizzle back. They were talking about bringing him back to the club.
They weren't that desperate, but yeah, it was a slow start. But listen, I produced the goods when it needs to. Had an amazing time. Had a really amazing time. Took the club to highest ever Premier League finish, and obviously that European run ending in the final, which was amazing. So listen, it's one of those things again. That changing room was fantastic. And yeah, just an amazing part to be a part of. But Brian obviously was there before me and set the foundations and the story of where Fulham again have ended up.
When the ball hits the goal, it's not Shearer or Cole, it's Zamora. There you go.
Good singing voice, Nigel. You need a little bit of backing there. I think the other two could have done you with a little backing.
One-man band.
He only sings his own song around here, Bobby. We never hear him sing anyone else's. You're the first. So good to see you, though. Thank you for joining us. We'll hopefully see you soon.
Pleasure, guys. Have a great one. Cheers. Take care.